going to start an adventure today and explore Punnett Squares. First off, we're going to talk about what a Punnett Square is and what it's used for. A Punnett Square is something that scientists use, namely a geneticist, in order for them to be able to figure out what particular traits offspring are going to have from two certain parents. And you get the probability, or what we call the chance, of these offsprings having these traits. Hi, we're going to draw a Punnett Square today. It's a pretty easy process. As long as you know how to do a multiplication table, you should be fine with this also. So the first thing you got to do is to draw a square, pretty much like this. And then draw it to where it looks like it has a window on the inside. The next thing that you have to do is put the parents' alleles. One parent's, typically the father's alleles, will go along the top of the Punnett Square, and the other parents, the mother's alleles, will go over here on the left-hand side of the Punnett Square. So what we're going to do is I'm going to choose the letter B for the alleles. So I'm going to put big B, little b for the father's alleles. And I'm going to put big B, little b for the mother's alleles. So now we have the parents' alleles exactly where they need to go. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to kind of do this like a multiplication table. The first thing you do is you bring this B over from the mother, and you put it right here. Then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to bring this B down for the father, and you're going to put it next to the mother's allele. And you put it right there. Then what you'll do is you'll bring down this allele for the father, and you will put it right there. Then you'll come over and bring this allele over from the mother, and you'll put hers right there. It doesn't really matter if the capital letter comes first or the lowercase letter. I usually just put the capital letter first because it's more of what we're used to seeing. Now, for the next square, you're going to bring the B over for the mother again. So you'll do like this. And then for the father, you're going to bring this B down, and it will go right there. And we're going to draw it just like that. And then, again, with this one, you're going to bring the father's allele down first, and it really doesn't matter which one goes first. It's just like I said, normally we like to see the capital letter first. But if you don't put the capital letter first, it's okay. And then you're going to bring the mother's allele over again for right here. And then you're done. Your Punnett Square is drawn, and you have filled in everything. This is the father's alleles up here at the top. This is the mother's alleles over here on the left-hand side. And then inside the squares are the 4 possible offspring combinations for the Punnett Square. You're done. And next up, we're going to talk about how to interpret or read a Punnett Square. Well, like we said, this is the father's alleles, and this is typically the mother's alleles, and these are the possibilities of their offspring. We're doing eye color. Little b is for blue eyes, and big B is for brown eyes. So to begin with, when we look at this Punnett Square, we need to look at the 4 offspring here. When I look at the offspring, I'm going to figure out what the genotypes are. The genotypes are the allele combinations from the father and the mother. Well, I have a big B, little b, so I'm going to put that there. So I have big B, little b. And when I look at this, I actually have 2 of these. So I'm going to put that I have times 2. Okay. And then when I look over here, I've got little b, So I'm going to put that one there, little b, little b. And when I look at that one, I have 2 of those, so I'm going to put times 2 also for that one. So now we have our genotypes. These are big B, little b, which is heterozygous, and little b, which is homozygous. Now, when I look at the phenotypes down here, this is where I'm going to figure out what eye color that my offspring will have based off of these particular genotypes. Well, when I look here and I see big B and little b, the dominant always hides the recessive. So that's going to be brown eyes for those particular offspring. Okay, and I have 2 of them. And then this one is little b, so this is going to be blue eyes. So I'm going to write this one as blue eyes. So that tells me what my genotypes are going to be, which is what I would see inside of the genetics for this particular trait, which would be eye color. And then down here would be what the eye colors would actually be. Now, we need to figure out the probabilities, the chances of these 2 parents having offspring with brown eyes and blue eyes. Well, when we look at the Punnett square, each of these Punnett squares equals 25%. Each one is a 25% chance. So we're going to kind of look at it that way. And all together, they all add up to 100%. Well, because I have one here and one here, that's 2, that's 25 and 25. They have a 50% chance of having big B, little b. So that's what we say there. Now, down here, because this one is 25% and this one is 25%, they have a 50% chance of having little b, little b. So when we look at eye color for these 2 parents, this parent has brown eyes, this parent has blue eyes. These 2 parents have a 50-50 chance of having a child with brown eyes and a 50-50 chance of having a child with blue eyes. And there you have it. Now you know how to read, interpret, draw, and you know what a Punnett square is.